jump in. This is what you guys are here for. I know it's not just for me. You're here for the artist. Let's get to our first one. So excited for him to join. Lost.
Yo.
Welcome to our show. I caught you right in the middle. I'm sorry. I should have given you like a countdown.
No, you're good. You're good.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you, Jess?
I'm good. So where are you now? Are you in your studio? Is this your bedroom? Like what's happening?
This is my bedroom. My bedroom and my PC. I had to take down my studio because I'm moving, but yeah, it's just my bedroom.
Awesome. Where do you live? Where's home for you?
Tempe, Arizona.
Oh, you're in Arizona. Okay, that's where that's where you grew up, right? Like in the Phoenix area? Cool.
Yeah, like Glendale.
Kind of ish. So how have you been? How have you been during this crazy, at this point I'm like, is it Corona? Is it just 2020? That's crazy. But like, how have you been doing?
I feel like with everything going on, it's definitely taken a toll on me. It's affected me because I really like care about, the world that we're in and the vibes and the energy going on. But for me, I guess, quarantine wise, I've always been staying inside. It's even before quarantine really. So not too much, but I guess, mentally just trying to stay more positive.
I like it. I mean, it's hard. I think we're all kind of in the same boat at this point where it's like, This is the new normal. Most of us are social beings or need some sort, like that's what we're all missing in some capacity. But I think for artists and for creatives, I really like to ask because I think it's been really different for a lot of people. For some people, they've been able to be like uber creative because all the noise has been blocked out. And then some people are like, fuck no, this is not my time, So it kind of just goes both ways. Have you been making music and everything during this time, or what have you been up to?
Yeah, like I just got back from LA. I finished my EP. I was recording. I just dropped a song called Upset. Been recording, writing a lot, and actually like going out more, like going up to Sedona, going up to like creeks and shit, going in the nature, like secluded and just, vibing.
That's awesome. Do you know in Sedona that it has like this? Have you heard about like the vortex in Sedona?
Yeah.
I've been reading all about it, and now I like desperately need to share. Just to like kind of give, like, I'm sure people on here are like, what are you talking about? A quick summary.
No,
it's crazy, right? Like
no, but it's by it's right by my girl's house. I go there all the time. It's these little potholes that have water. They're big. There's like 7 of them, and yeah, people say like, oh, you can like time travel or some crazy shit through it or whatever, but if it makes them come out, it makes them come out. But it's just potholes with water.
I know, but they're supposed to be. I totally get it. But from what I read, I have yet to go. I've never been to Arizona. So that was just like, it's just on my list of things. So I was reading about like what to do, whatever. So there was this whole thing about the vortex and the energy. And a lot of people go there and like meditate and they feel like they can like travel to these other. Anyway, I'm just curious. Just funny that like you're like it's like pots with holes and like people like this is like people's like dream to go to this place. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's my dream, but I'm just interested. So you never know. Like you're just from there. You're used to feeling that energy when you go. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you're like, like it's normal. But other people like this is a whole thing. I was literally just reading about this yesterday. So funny. Anyway, what else have you been doing? Like, have you been like watching TV? Like, are you like, what's been on your Netflix schedule these days?
I really haven't been. Like,
are you a gamer? What's your? You're a gamer. That's your thing.
I built my PC like a couple. I would say like almost 3 months ago. And I just be playing Call of Duty mostly. I used to play hella Fortnite because like my music got really big in the community. And like Face Sway and Boog, all these big ass people started using it. So I was like, all right, I need to build my PC because I actually I really love gaming, like no cap. So I'm a sweat. I'm a sweat on COD.
Are you on Twitch for your gaming? My God, I love it. I love it.
I'm a Twitch stream when I move to LA because like the internet, and I live right by ASU. So like the internet out here is kind of like dog shit for streaming because I've already tried. But when I go to LA and I got downtime, for sure it'll be better.
Awesome. Wait, so tell me about how your songs kind of like got into the gaming world. Like, tell me about that, because that's been a huge thing for you. So,
No, it actually really started on a while ago on SoundCloud. Before Fortnite was kind of big, I dropped this song called "Last Time," and it went on the charts, and that's when I started going and seeing like people using my music in videos. And then it was another streamer, then another streamer, and then I see Face Away post a whole video on YouTube using my song "Sunkissed," and from there, like Exhausted, people make like 10 plus videos a day using my song "Exhausted," and it's like crazy because like I just link up with my followers, like I have a Discord channel and stuff, and I'll just like invite them to my lobbies and we just like play and like I don't know, I just enjoy that type of shit.
that is awesome. I love that. And what a great way to connect. And it's just like, it's, you know what I mean? It's so perfect too. Like when you can like have that community and like that, like one-on-one connection. I think like that's the thing that's like, you know, gaming and music has like really crossed over. Like, I mean, look, hello, like we're on Twitch doing this show, but you know, I mean, I really think there's been such a crossover. I mean, you know, especially within the community, and gaming's become so, I mean, it's such a huge space, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, and for people that are into gaming, I'm like, you know, it's changed over the last like 5 years, like the way that it's become like really cool. You know what I mean? Before gaming, it was like, you know, it's become really cool. A lot of like a shit ton of money to be made.
That's what I was about to say. People are like making millions off of gaming. I'm like,
it's crazy. Wow. It's crazy. And I love it because it's like the underdog, the kids in school that like people would have like maybe made fun of or like, you know, weren't the ones at the parties or whatever. And now they're the ones like making millions of dollars sitting around in a gaming house play, you know, anyway, I find the whole thing to be fascinating. I'm so obsessed with it. I don't game at all, nor does anyone want me to. It's not my skill. But I just want to be a manager. You know what I mean?
I'll get you in a few COD games. I'll teach you.
The problem is like, you know, when you like haven't started, it's like no one wants to play with you. You know what I mean? Because like you're not good. So like no one wants. So it's like hard to get going.
I'll play with you. I'll get you good. I'll just put a 725 in your hand and you'll be good.
I like the way you think. Teamwork. Yeah. I want to talk about your new song though, because I was listening to it last night, Upset. Great fucking track.
Thank you so much.
So this is coming. This is the new song off of your up and coming album, right? So this is
I'm dropping an EP next month.
Awesome. So this is the first track. Can you tell me a little bit about this song? Kind of like, you know, the meanings behind it, or like any like you know.
Absolutely. So I made this track with my my best friend and producer Jordan Knows. We kind of just, with all like my songs, we make the beat first and then I kind of just freestyle and get vibes and whatever off of it. But you know, at that time in my life, I was just going through some things with my lady, and basically just had me thinking like a lot of new things and opportunities were opening up for me, and like having to move to LA away from like my family, and just wanting, you know, heard and wanting, you know, even relationships with other people. I know it goes through like ups and downs, but wanting it to be that consistent, that home type of base. So like I named it pretty much Upset because at the time I was just like, really, when you want something so bad, like, you know, it affects you in so much. So with her, I was just kind of like, you know, you might ride or die or not. And that's my shawty. She is.
So. Awesome. So wait, what was it like when you played her the song? Like how does that go? Like, tell me how that went.
She tries to like, if she doesn't memorize my songs, I call her a fake fan. So I like fuck with her, but she liked it a lot and could tell like it means something to her. Because for me, I don't really like show a lot of emotion besides into my music, and with her, it's kind of like, and even with other people knowing me, I'm just like very to myself and kind of quiet. Unless you know me, then it's a complete different story. But yeah, when she heard it, she liked it. I mean, you know, write a song for a girl.
No, I mean, just like I'm in. So if you ever need another muse, I'm down. I will promote the shit out of it. It is a goal of mine to have a song written about me at some point in my life. So I feel like if I just put it out enough, someone maybe, I don't know. But when I heard it, I was kind of curious. I thought it was about a girl, but I wasn't sure if she was still around or in your life. So I was really curious to kind of see. That's awesome that she's still there and, ride or die and hanging with you. I do also want to talk a little bit about, so everything I was reading about you, and, the first thing that comes up is emo trap. Your emo trap. The king, you know what I mean? I wanted to get your take on that genre. I'm seeing it everywhere, right? So I wanted to get your take on that genre and kind of being called emo trap. Do you think that's you? Do you not? What's your take on that?
For me, I don't really like to be put into categories because I really I like good music. So I listen to a lot of really good music, whether it's, singing some rock songs. I used to bump the Fray hella when I was younger, all the way, to Lil Wayne. Then I jumped to X. And I feel like my type of style of music is more just things that people can relate to, and more of a feeling. Like every time I listen to my music, or every time I make or write something, I always get people saying yo, you helped me get through this time in my life, or I feel like I can do anything, when I listen to your songs. And for me, that's literally whatever category that is, I guess, vibes or feeling. I like to say KOV, King of Vibes, because, whenever, not saying, I know you probably don't smoke, Jess, but maybe.
Just me, but I smoke.
Oh, shit. Okay, okay.
I have a weed bar in my house. Yes, continue. Yeah, no, shit.
I'm sorry. But I like to, whenever I'm high, I might record a song, and after I like to just sit and just listen to it. And I don't know, it's just kind of therapeutic for me. So whatever, if someone can take something away from my music, whatever it is, if you're lit, if you're happy, sad, then put me in that category.
I really like the King of Vibes. First of all, I feel like that's what your album should be called, KOV.
That's what I was gonna name my EP, low key. I thought of it a couple days ago, because I was I always used to get clowned by my friends, because I always be oh, that's a vibe, that's a vibe, that's a vibe, since freshman year, and I always said vibe. I was fuck it. Might as well.
I really like it, and if it's not the name, it should be the name of a song.
Absolutely.
For sure. That's really good. I really like that. I might steal it. I just think it's it's just a perfect way to describe, you know what I mean? It's so good. Yeah. But I want to talk about some of your influences, because you mentioned the Fray, but I know there's a lot of others, and I want to kind of really talk about who's influenced you. And it's a lot of artists that started off of SoundCloud. XXXTentacion and Juice WRLD, I know, was a huge influence for you. Yeah. And who else do you look up to in that community?
Well, SoundCloud was kind of always my when I used to have to walk home all the time, so I'd be bumping, I used to bump Lil Skies, hella Lil Skies. I used to bump who else was it when I would walk home? A lot of Drake walking home, but SoundCloud influences would for sure have to be X, Juice, Skies, and even I used to bump the old Nav hella. I just listening to good music in general. But influences, the main thing that I guess influences me is probably just my life. I have artist influences, people that I can relate to. But for me, I think I relate more to myself and my type of music, because, I'm making it. And, but yeah, definitely, yeah, those are probably my influences, just life. Really switched my whole kind of direction, because I would focus on artists too much and try to rap shit that I wasn't really about, or say shit I wasn't really living. So when I dropped my ego, I'm just yo, I'm gonna be me, be 100% me. That's when I started gaining more traction.
So let's talk about that, because there's so many people, and I love honestly that you're just so honest about that, because a lot about becoming an artist, especially when you're young, is really kind of discovering who you are. You know what I mean? It's when you're in high school, it's every year you're someone different. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of curious, how you and how you kind of came to find your sound, or do you think you're still discovering that?
I feel like it's just a process. It's just that with anything, so for my own sound, I guess I'm getting to an own sound, but like I said, I like to do a lot of singing. I like to do a lot of rapping from time to time, lo-fi type shit. But for me, I guess, life kind of hit me way harder than I feel like most people or the people around me. So I couldn't keep pretending like I was a different person or pretend like I had money when I was homeless, you know, and living couch to couch. And so for me, it was just dropping my ego pretty much and just being a realist and being real like, yo, this is where I'm at right now in my life. This is where I want to be. And it transfers all the way around into music to who I am as a person, like 100%.
Well, I like when, my thought, like when I was listening to your music and kind of like hearing it over the years, I think you've become much more authentic.
Yeah.
That was kind of my takeaway. And that just comes with time and being more comfortable writing in the studio around whoever you're working with. But like, that was kind of my takeaway is like, even from Exhausted, to the new, which is, in case you guys don't know, Exhausted is a huge, one of Lost's biggest tracks. But, even from then to like Upset, like you can feel a nice shift, and I think you're so honest in your music. Like that was the other takeaway is like, you're very honest and vulnerable. I think is so important and it's hard to do. So I'm kind of curious, and obviously not everyone can do it and every artist has their own journey, but is there, do you have a piece of advice for a lot of, people at home that are starting or, wanting to be in your shoes or, what would you say to them?
Just have fun with it. Literally just, trust yourself. I feel like, especially if you're coming up and you get a little bit more success, there's a lot of people that will try to guide you and people that will try to put you like, yo, you should do this, blah, blah, blah. You should do that. Like, I had a bunch of things I had to experience becoming an artist. But yeah, main thing, like just have fun and surround yourself with people that make you feel confident, that make you feel loved. And really, if you're an artist, your life and your music correlate 100%. So it shouldn't be like, you rapping about this, but you ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? In reality. So with that, just be true to yourself and have fun with it. It's really like music. If you really want to make it and you really love this shit, then love this shit. Don't bullshit yourself and you'll be good.
Awesome. I do have a question. This comes up a lot, but how do you kind of balance, being an artist and like maybe not making a lot of money, in the beginning? Because it takes a long time to become profitable, making money. And I like to kind of share this, a lot of people that are tuning in, like this is a big question that kind of comes up. They're at home that, people see you on the show, they think it's like Rolexes and like fucking Nobu every day.
Nah, like, bro, that shit's outplayed. Cause even like a lot of the people that people think these artists that got money, they don't really have money. It all starts with knowing if you do get to the point where you are making money, like you got to know your deal. You don't ever want to sell your masters off rip. You want to be in control. You just want people to be there to kind of help and support you. Like, but in the beginning, when it's not there, don't worry about the money. You're not doing this shit, like I said, for money. You're doing this shit, because you love it. And the money comes, the money's a plus, the money's the security. So you're able to, to do what you want to do every day. Like I can wake up, play fucking video games and still make money off of the shit doing that I love. And that's like the most important thing. If I have a down month and I'm like, whatever, this and that, at the end of the day, like, I know where the fuck I came from. And I think you should always remember that if money's low or if things aren't going good, just know where the fuck you came from, where you started, and realize like, what the fuck am I even complaining about?
For sure. That's such great advice. And I have a lot of artists, we've had artists that are on here and have talked, and it's like, there are so many people, and I share this because I think it's important. Because, even on today's show, it's like we have a variety of all artists, and a lot of people have to work a part-time job and make music.
I did the same shit. I was busting tables at fucking PF Chang's. I was making salads and I had a sandwich job. Like, and I remember I went there like on my last day, like I didn't even know it was gonna be my last day. I was just like, I feel like I just need to stop doing this shit. Like, I was doing the same exact shit. Like I said, I was fucking homeless, but you just gotta have enough faith in yourself to just know like, yo, I can get out of this situation no matter what. And don't let anybody ever try to big bro you and tell you what the fuck you gotta do. Like, if you punch a rich person in the face, they're still gonna bleed. If you punch a poor person in the face, they're still gonna bleed. The society views and the way we try to classify and the way we have to talk to people because of money and their success and this and that is a bunch of bullshit. Just be respectful with everyone off rip, and again, just fucking trust yourself and you'll be fine.
I Yes, 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 yes. You got it. I mean, like, I think a lot of it's like just from your life and experiences that you know what I mean? Like you've gone through a lot, and this is kind of you coming on the other side a little bit, which is amazing. But I love your advice because I think it's so honest, it's so real and very relatable. And I'd like to just talk about, and thank you for kind of answering these questions and talking to me about it, because I think it's so important. I think it's a piece, like I said, a lot of the people, on SoundCloud are all, trying to be artists or, in some capacity, whether it's producing or this. And I think it's really important to share the truth, because Instagram or socials have just kind of given everyone a false sense of what this whole shit is, and it's really hard. And I love when artists can kind of talk about both sides, because it takes a long time. It's a grind, and I think it's important for people to know that it's okay if you do have to do a side hustle or whatever you need to do. You
gotta learn. Sorry, you continue.
No, go ahead.
Sorry. I just feel like thing that helps me is just realize you're okay. Be okay with where you're at. Not like you don't want more, not that you don't want better, but like shit, if you're sad, okay, I'm fine with it. If you're happy, like I used to, like, people get caught up in the highs, especially me. I get caught up in the highs, or I get caught up in the lows too much. And for me, it's kind of just learning to be that middle ground, and realizing like I said, this is one life. Like when it really means down to it, all this shit like matters about how you affect people and how you change people if you help someone when you die, not like the money you got, because all that shit don't get taken with you.
Hands down. I say this a lot, and I say this in my artist meetings a lot, and I've said this on the show before, so if you've tuned in, you've heard me say this. But I think also, music, making music is great, but being a good person is what really makes a difference in this industry more and more and more. And I say this, I always, when artists come on and I've heard great things about them, or, heard about their crew, it's like, I want them to know. And I think it's so incredibly important. People forget that piece of the pie, showing up on time, just like, every artist was here for sound check. It's like, you got to show up. You got to have a good team behind you. Cause I think people get really fucked by the people around them. It can't always be your homeboy, because they don't always have your best interests at heart. And, and I think like everything you're saying is just so important. Like how you make people feel is what people are going to remember,
I remember I met about a couple of weeks ago, I met Post Malone. And keep in mind, this is arguably like, the biggest artist in the world. And he introduced himself first to me and was like, yo, like, where are you from? Like, this and that. I'm like, what the fuck? And people out here hit 1 million and start acting different. People do, get a deal and start acting different. And this man, like, and it humbled me. Like I'm an observer. I like to really just like kind of sit back and, look at everything. And like, for me, I was just like, wow, like this motherfucker don't got to talk to anyone. Like if he don't want to. And for me, it's like, it's just being human, remaining humble, and just being pure, because especially in this industry that you can get into with this music, there's a lot of people that will try to take advantage of you. And like you said, it's very important, like you said, keeping a good team around you. Like my manager, like I've had in so many situations, people like, yo, we can take you to this, just drop your manager and we'll take you there, blah, 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 and trying to show me these mansions and this and that. And like, bro, I don't give a fuck about that shit. Like my manager almost sold his car to keep this shit going 8 months ago, and now I can go buy this nigga a fucking watch off my deal. Like, that's the shit I do this for, to take care of the people that really ride with me, and to take care of the people that have been there from the beginning and are just genuine. So I would say watch out for that if you're an artist, or even people in general. If you feel like you're ever going to get taken advantage, or if it doesn't feel 100% right, then don't go through with it.
Yeah, I totally get it. And I love that. I think that's so, I'm right there with you. And Post is a prime example, because everyone in the industry will tell you he's so nice and work with. And when he shows up, people have nothing but great things to say. And it goes such a long way. And that's something you'll never forget. Like you'll never forget how he treated you in that moment when you're, you know what I mean? But I do have to ask, how did you beat him? How did that happen? Or what was that? How did that all come about?
So remember I told you I worked on my EP. I flew back down. I finished it out in LA. I flew back down to AZ. And then one of the dudes on his team DM'd me and was like, yo, blah, 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 like Post wants to like meet you. I want to have you come to this, where they were staying at, blah, blah, blah. So then I just pulled up. I caught a flight right back after being in LA for like a week and a half. I ended up staying out there for 4 more days. Pulled up on him. We played beer pong. Like we just talked a little. Like I met his whole team, and like I can see where he's at, like why he's there. Like he has a great team. Everyone there is hella nice, genuine. And even him, like you said, he's just a great person. So for me, it's like I want to be like where he is one day, learning from him.
I love it. Sorry, I got distracted for a second, but I did want to kind of co-sign you in exactly what you were saying with Post, because it's not just him, it's his whole team, you know, and they're fucking great. And you'll never forget that. And I think when you see more, the more you see, and you kind of, because we all meet assholes, right? But when you come around someone that's that big and it has that much success, you kind of see how they move. It's really cool. And that's who you want to be, you know? And I heard this recently also about Cardi B, actually. Some of the girls have come out and said that like they were in a, you know, because her new, did you hear the new song? WAP, obviously. Like,
yeah.
Please tell me you heard that. Okay. Anyway, my favorite song. But that's not the point. So WAP came out and, you know, they were doing a bunch of press and, you know, obviously she has all these like up and coming female rappers and whatever. And they were saying how like they were doing all these photo shoots and press and they would, you know, they kept saying, hey, Cardi, you know, we want you to be in the front, or hey, Cardi, sit down and we'll have the girls around you. And she was like, no, I'm going to be standing with them. And I'm going to be, you know, like it was just because that's what happens when you become like bigger, you know, they're like, you sit over here and everyone. And she's like, no, like I'm going to stand with them in the same line. Or, you know what I mean? Like if I'm sitting, they're sitting. And I thought that was so fucking dope to hear, you know, because it makes everyone feel so good and it happens. And people just automatically treat, you know, the more famous one differently. But I love when you hear those stories about people, you know, kind of doing their thing. So I think that's fantastic. I mean, I have just loved chatting with you and getting to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Boss, this has been incredible. Next time you're out in LA, when things are back to normal, we'll have to like hang and smoke and you'll get to really see my.
Absolutely. I'm going to go up on your bar.
Please do. I end every artist interview with a little game that I call a little game that we play called Rapid Fire. I'm going to put 1 minute on the clock. I'm going to ask a couple questions, just get to know you, answer the first thing that comes to your mind, and then we'll sign off. All right. Are you ready? So Rapid Fire, 1 minute on the clock. This is for Lost. What is your favorite video game to play?
Call of Duty.
Are you indica sativa?
I don't know. Wait, what?
I said, do you smoke indica or sativa?
Oh, I like to mix them.
All right, cool. Are you winter or summer?
Summer.
What is your favorite snack?
Oreos.
What is your favorite thing to cook at home?
Fuck. My girlfriend likes to cook pasta. She takes care of that. So pasta.
I like it. What is your go-to movie? Like if you get to pick, like what's your pick?
I Am Legend.
What is your favorite song of the moment?
Conversations by Juice WRLD, and then my unreleased song I got called Kobe.
Oh my God, I can't wait to hear that. When's that coming out?
It's gonna be on the EP in a month. I gotta get the date right and everything mixed.
Amazing. Yeah. All right, final song. Do you have a favorite song that you like to sing in the shower?
Nah. Okay, like if I'm writing a song, I'll do that, but not specifically.
That's totally fine. Not everyone does. I just wanted to see like who you were. Sometimes you've had some crazy answers to that one, so you just never know. But I just want to say thank you so much for joining. I hope you come on when you're new, when your EP drops. I'd love to have you back on. But you guys, make sure you check out Lost on SoundCloud. His new song Upset is out now, and his EP will be dropping in a month. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jess. I appreciate you guys.
Have a great rest of your week.
You too. Bye.
All right.